Okay, so I tried to connect with my colleagues, but they don't want to come out walking. They're all too tired. Maybe I'll be too tired, but thanks to you, my dear viewers, I've got a reason to come out. I've got an agenda, and that is to satisfy the needs of the channel, which perhaps wouldn't exist had agenda for the fact that some people, other than just myself, watch it. So thanks for that. It gets me out. Here I am out. That's the Sheraton Hotel, and got this strange couple of hearts halfway up it in neon, just flashing off and on. That doesn't look, I don't think, quite the thing. In Poland, if you were to see that, you'd probably think it was what they call a sociability agency, because that's what they tend to have going on outside them. It looks too cheap for your average nightclub. It's more like a kind of low, looks like sort of something outside of a low budget knocking shop in Poland. So very surprised to see something like that halfway up the Sheraton. Most of what goes on around here is actually very nice, very high standard. What I will say though is that because space in this city seems always to be at a premium, look at those fantastic cakes. The Turks are amazing at these things. But because space seems to be at such a premium, the pavements always seem to be really small. And also the curbs, it's a little bit like Russia. The curbs are always remarkably high. You've always got to be ready to pick your feet up when you go to a curb, and there's no chance, of course, for someone to well, we use much by way of a mobility scooter or other mobility aids in this city when the standard of curbs is very, very high like that. The reason why it's done is clear, yeah, is to keep people from parking antisocially. But for example, you could do yourself in on that, coming down like that. Even coming down the half step is a bit of a knee-jerker. So that's looking back at the Sheraton, up nice and high, nearly at the tops of my room. Ziraat Bankası. I'm not sure what Ziraat means, but it has an Arabic look about it. With the double A. Altın is gold. So I'm going to basically bore you with all the bits of Yapi credit. I think it's Yapi a sheep or something, or am I getting that wrong? This area of Maslak, is Maslak İş Merkezi there. Maslak, of course, I don't think it means anything like it in Turkish itself. That's interesting, there's like a bus stop down there. But Maslaki, with a sh, spelt the same except for a little dot on the S, but it's not a dot, it's like a kind of little upstroke over the S in Polish. That's, well, butter mushrooms, isn't it? It's a kind of butter fungus. I'm not even sure how that's put into English. Masliata, maslyonek in Russian and Ukrainian, and masliata in the plural, and mashlanki, mashlak in Polish. But they have the other one, which is a yornik style neuter fungus, is apionek in Russian, and apiata, it's opienki and apienek and apienki in Polish. It doesn't fit the same grammatical group. It's quite strange, of course, to see a mushroom in the class of Slavonic nouns, the ornak kind of nouns, where you have ornak in the singular and ata in the plural, which in Russian anyway seems to be like strange, because it's you know, they're in the neuter in Czech and Polish with the ata plural, and the T comes in only in the obliques. I've no idea where I'm going actually. Oh, there's the metro station. That way. That's where I'm supposed to go. So good job they don't drive like maniacs. In Russian it seems to have turned out that the masculine works out almost like or the singular works out like a masculine, and the plural has that neuter ending. It's very strange the way it's worked out in Russian. It goes ornak ata, and in Czech and in Polish it becomes a che, or a neuter ending for the singular, and the ata ending for the plural. I'm not sure I know where I'm going in this, but nevertheless, we'll see. So, and of course the classes This class is usually used for the young of animals, but also devče in Czech for a girl, it's neuter, and the rajče, which is a tomato, doupě, which is a den, those are also in that class. So maybe it shouldn't be that surprising if a couple of mushrooms end up in that class in the Russian language. However, they're not in that class at all in the Czech language, or as I said, in the Polish language. So there you go, a little bit of common Slavic philology to grace the evening. I don't know where the machines are. This is trene gidiš, access to the train, tren, and then the a ending for the dative. So trene gidiš, access to trains. If you were talking about the train access, you would say tren gidiši, train its access. But that's a dative construction, so you don't do that. Access to trains rather than the train's access. Or just train access. A little bit of Turkish grammar as well. I do this because, for those of you that might not know what I'm doing and think, well, what's all this erudition, I can't take it. I'm doing it because a lot of people watch my stuff are actually, what do you call it, polyglots, or people interested in becoming polyglots, so that's why I do it. Right, how to find out. That looks like Billetmatic. Looks like it's automatic ticket machine, doesn't it? There's another one, Billetmatic. So, it's all in Turkish. Oh no, it's not just in Turkish. By the way, the lira sign, this thing here, I'm not focusing on very well. Maybe that. Half an anchor. It's like supposed to be an anchor, and it's at 20 degrees up because it's to show 20 degrees growth in the economy per year, the two stripes in the middle. It was actually the winner of a contest. They do lots of clever things in Turkey. One of them is that they put the symbol of their currency up for a contest. Sadece only. Okay, so let's see. I can't use any... Oh, I can put a 50 lira banknote in, and I can see what I can get. Okay, I'll have to work this out, so I'm going to turn this off.